The Coonass Podcast is intended for adult audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
In the bayou, you gotta get down in the mud to find the good stuff. It's dark, it's dangerous, and we don't give a shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Coonass Podcast. I know it's in the middle of the week, and I usually stream on the weekends. However, today, I felt the need for speed. No, I'm just joking. I felt the need to podcast because of what I saw on the news today. So, without further ado, let's get this party started. Now, you might be wondering, Brandon, what is this title? Shoot me up with what? Why are you on the podcast on a Tuesday night saying what's going on? What you doing? Well, let's start it off. Let's get right to it. Let's get right to the point today. Now, first of all, you might be wondering what this shit is, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the new business model of America. This is the latest trend in selling accessories for people. Now, don't cheat now and read the tabs up on the top here because we're starting with this shit first, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what do you see here? This shit here is a mask. Now, this is the newest ads, the latest ads that are popping up on Facebook or Tracebook or Zuckerberg's personal log on people's lives. Whatever the fuck you want to call Facebook. Yeah, I still use Facebook for this podcast, but fuck you, Mark Zuckerberg. I'll always say that shit. Now, so this is the latest trend, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the next trend. Now, instead of face masks, you're going to have a face shield that has a HEPA filter in it. This is just retarded. I'm sorry, and I'm going to use that word because it means dumb. I'm not trying to talk about people with Down syndrome. So if you don't know what the context of a word is or definition in the context, then don't bitch about anything. Now, I'm looking at this, and I'm saying, okay, this is, I had to come on tonight because I was going to wait with the news we heard today. And in case you haven't caught it, ladies and gentlemen, the news of the day is that the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is causing blood clots. Now, last podcast, oh my God, the Coonass himself predicted about having long-term effects with these vaccines. I said it myself 2 days ago. And guess what happens on the news? I'm not going to post it. But on the news today, we had Johnson & Johnson pulls vaccines due to blood clots. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. They had people questioning today. They said, hey, Brandon, why didn't they pull the vaccines when they had a couple thousand people die, or how many people died? Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. They are scared of these fucking blood clots. They are scared shitless. Now, I'm about to show you some shit that, and this is going to be kind of a short podcast, but you need to listen up, okay? And look, I work in the industry that I deal with SDS sheets on a daily basis, okay? Every chemical, anything made in this country that you have to use it for anything has an SDS sheet. That is a safety data sheet. Now, I started poking around today because I was like, you know what, Brandon? What's going on here? The safety data sheet will tell you, because in my line of work, safety data sheet saves lives. Safety data sheets will tell you what to do when something happens, okay? They are a great resource. Safety data sheets are a great resource, ladies and gentlemen. They really are. Fantastic resource. By the way, if you're watching the podcast, please tell me hello. I have a little setting. I have a setting going on with the little, I guess the my app to see everybody talking to me. Oh, there we go. James, hold on. Let me fix something on this. Give me a second, guys. Let me go over here because here's the deal. Oh shit. Where's the settings? Okay, hold on. You see that? I got to do appearance here. I got to change the lettering because I know James is here. James Ford is in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host. I pretty much, let's see here. Let's just do this. Let's just make it where, okay, there we go. Let's just make it this way because I can't see white on white. God, I gotta get my shit together. I want it black. But whatever, that's fine. That is fine. This will work. This is fine. There. The world is going to shit right before our eyes. You're right, James. You're absolutely right. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, isn't it? I really love, I'm going to tell you, I am not getting paid for this, ladies and gentlemen, for this next plug. But this Restream app is the shit. Okay? I'm streaming live right now on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. That is right. YouTube/BJosephLowe, or I think Facebook, all that stuff. I'm going to get all that stuff figured out. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching live, which is one person right now, I guess, a couple people, I don't know. I'm trying to get this done. But when you watch this later on, just know I'm trying to get this all back, and I'm getting back in the swing of things. Now, back to what I was saying. Safety data sheets save lives, ladies and gentlemen. It tells you all sorts of neat stuff. All sorts of neat stuff that you need to know about a chemical. Okay? In my field, my profession, that pays the bills to let me do this wonderful podcast, I need to read these things on a daily basis, and if they change, I need to know, because guess what? It's very important. Now, I'm going to leave this one right here last. So let's get into it. So, okay, the first one, we're going to leave this one last, Moderna last, and there's a reason why. Here is the safety data sheets for the Pfizer COVID-19 shot. Now, I'm going to go over this. I am not going to get real technical with you, but there are some things that fucking really, really, really caught my eye as a person who deals with these sheets on a daily basis. Now, so the first thing you're going to have here, you're going to have the product name, Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine, product code, and then their synonyms, and then it's kind of what that company calls the product as well. Trade name, not applicable. Right there, every chemical should have a trade name, but it doesn't in this compound number. This is Pfizer pharmaceutical, or Pfizer something. PF means Pfizer, and then the item code, chemical family, lipid nanoparticles containing PF, blah blah blah, NT, and lipids. Now, notice we're gonna get down in a little later, like on this SDS. There's a lot of numbers here, and I don't like that. And I'm gonna show you why in a second. Guys. This is scary shit. Okay? This is not I'm telling you, this is not good. Okay? Trust me. All right. So, Chemtrek, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, label signal words, not classified. Okay, let me explain to you about signal words, ladies and gentlemen. You have caution, warning, and danger. Okay? There's no signal word. It's not classified. Not classified in accordance with international standards for workplace safety. Okay. Other hazards. An occupational exposure value has been established for one or more of the ingredients. But again, signal word, not classified. Sometimes it says not needed. Okay, so this is where I told you numbers scare me, ladies and gentlemen. Numbers scare the shit out of me when it comes to these labels, and I'm going to tell you why. So, in the composition of this thing, you have water, and weight is proprietary. Sucrose, less than 10. 10 what? 10 what? There's no listing on the weight or measure of unit. 10 what? Sodium chloride, less than 10. 10 what? What percent? What? But is it a percent? It's a lot of, but is it like, look at that. It doesn't add up to 100%. You see? That's my point here. Weight percentage. Weight percentage. But that still doesn't, whatever. 10%, less than 10%, less than 10%. ALC 0315. EC number. So EC number is like an EPA number for pesticides. It is a number that is classified in pharmaceuticals that tell you what it is. Like, every chemical, if you buy like Raid over the counter, if you look at the EPA number, this is kind of like the same shit, but it's the EC number. Not listed. This thing has not been filed with environmental quality or whatever whatever agency looks over this shit. So you have one chemical so far that has not ever been proprietary listed or registered with the government. Okay? You have potassium phosphate, potassium chloride, PF 073058885. Not listed, not assigned, again, 2 chemicals. You have no fucking clue what they are. 3 chemicals. 4 chemicals. There's 4 chemicals in this damn vaccine, ladies and gentlemen, that has not been proprietarily listed with the government. Whatever the government agency that does these damn pharmaceutical vaccines is. I don't know what they are. I didn't really do a lot of research in that department because I know what SDS sheets are and I know what the fuck this is. Okay, so guys, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chemicals that have not. Well, no, this one has, and it has a CAS number, but this 4. You have 4 chemicals that really have not been assigned to any governmental standard. That's what that means, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know what the fuck you injecting yourself with, okay? Just letting you know. All right, so, and just to let you know, just a little statement here. Anything I take, I read SDSs, okay? When I took Humira, I read the shit, and I knew exactly everything that's being injected into me, and guess what? I took it, I knew the side effects, and guess what? Guess what? I took it anyway, and I had side effects, and that's why I'm not taking it anymore. All right. So far, you have 4 chemicals in this vaccine that you have no clue what it is. None. No clue. Not even a common industry term. Not even, guys, not even a trade name. Most chemicals have a trade name. We'll get to that in a second. Now, safety data. So, pretty much, here we go. So, first aid measures. Description, inhalation, remove the... So, okay. If you're going to... You're getting injected with this shit, and all of a sudden, if you inhale it, remove the fresh air, seek medical attention and advice. Seek immediate medical attention. You can inject this shit in your fucking veins, but you can't inhale the shit. What does that fucking tell you? Eye contact. Rinse thoroughly with plenty of water. By the way, your eyes absorb 100% of any chemical if you don't know. Your eyes and your crotch, if for some reason you don't know that. Rinse thoroughly with plenty of water for at least 15 minutes, lifting lower and upper eyelids. Consult a physician. But you can inject this in your veins. Remove skin contact. Now, this is where it gets interesting. To me, it shouldn't be a major issue, because you're injecting this in your veins. Remove contaminated clothing. Flush area with large amounts of water. Use soap. Seek medical attention. God, this is a fucking vaccine that has these fucking first aid measures. What the fuck? Ingestion. Never give anything by mouth to an unconscious person. Wash it out with water. Do not induce vomiting unless directed by medical personnel. Seek medical attention immediately. Jesus Christ. Again, most important symptoms and effects, both acute and delayed. Most important symptoms and effects. No data available. Again, this is why it's so important, ladies and gentlemen, that these vaccines get tested. I am not against a vaccine, but rushing a vaccine without knowing side effects is a big fucking deal. All these people, it's like a trend that all these motherfuckers, oh, I got the vaccine, it's a fucking trend. Listen, dickheads, here's the deal. You need to know what the fuck you're injecting into your body. I know firsthand, even with knowing every fucking thing in a fucking medical vaccine or an injection or whatever, I know firsthand what a side effect can do to you, and it fucking sucks. It sucks. Okay. Now, firefighting measures. This is if in case the chemical gets caught on fire. So it'll tell you, what kind of particles in the air and whatnot. So everything will have that. Not gonna rip that because that's just everything has that. Okay. Accidental release measures. Okay, so personal precautions. Personnel involved in cleanup should wear appropriate personal PPE. Minimize exposure. So they're telling you if this shit gets like spilled out, you have to wear PPE equipment. It's kind of interesting. Section 8 will tell you whatever you have to wear. Environmental precautions. Place in an appropriately labeled sealed container. That's a common thing when it comes to vaccines or any type of medical waste, or even with certain pesticides and rodenticides and all that stuff. So, methods and material for containment and cleaning up. So, methods for containing: prevent vertical leakage or spillage if safe to do so. Contain the source of a spill. That's common lingo. Collect spill with absorbent material. That's common lingo. Clean spill thoroughly. Clean contaminated objects in areas. Thoroughly observing environmental regulations. Again, that's common lingo when it comes to accidental release. Handlage and storage. Okay. Restrict access to work area. No open handling permitted. Minimize generating airborne mists and vapors. I find that very interesting. Minimize generating airborne mists and vapors. I find that very interesting. There's something in here that they're not telling you. If solvent-based liquid, ground and bond all bulk transfer. If solvent-based liquid, ground and bond all bulk transfer equipment. Okay. Use appropriate engineering controls to maintain exposures below the BOB, taken of all routes of exposure into consideration. A change area to facilitate good laboratory manufacturing decontamination practice is recommended. Avoid inhalation and contact with the skin, eye, and clothing. To me, if you're going to inject something to your body, it shouldn't be dermally toxic. If you don't know what dermally toxic means, it means your skin. You shouldn't, if you're going to put something in here, it shouldn't be toxic to here. Just saying. Just kind of worried about that shit. Okay? When handling, blah, 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 wash hands and expose after removal of PPE. That's a common thing. Releases to the environment should be avoided. Review and implement appropriate. So, and you can look this up and read the rest. So, look. Okay, so this is parts per million? Control public exposure control, personal protection. So they're telling you this is the acceptable daily intake of all this stuff: of potassium chloride, sodium chloride, sucrose, all this stuff. That's pretty much what it's saying, like daily exposure. So pretty much equipment. Safety glasses, minimal protection, goggles recommended. Eye protection must meet the standards accordance. Okay, ANSI standards. Hand protection. Wear impervious disposable gloves, nitrile. That's minimum protection. Double recommended. Protective gloves must meet the standard. Wear impervious disposable protection when handling this compound. Full body protection is recommended. I mean, guys, listen to what I'm telling you here. Full body protection. What the fuck are they making? You know, I'm not trying to over exaggerate this. I'm just telling you, yeah, you can look, color milky white. Milky white. I'm going to tell you something. Milky white sometimes means mixture with a hydrocarbon, okay? And that's not good shit. So all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that you need to read your SDS when you take these damn vaccinations, okay? I'm not against them. Again, I'm not against them. But longer testing needs to be done. I work in a field that is crucial, and I'm telling you, this is, no data, boiling points, all this stuff. Guys, flammability, nobody knows. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. Why are you putting this shit in your bodies if you don't know what the hell's going on? Just wondering, okay? Just wondering. Now, in case just joining us, this is live. I'm streaming to a couple of, Twitch TV, YouTube, and Facebook live. And feel free to chat. So, I always like to remind people when they pop in and out. So, toxicology. They can't really say much about the toxicology because the active ingredients that so say are in here, up here, guys. These guys here, PF whatever, they're not going to have toxicology on it because they have no information on it. They have not registered any information to the proper, government agencies to have this printed. So I'm just letting you know, no data available. Acute toxicity, I'm sorry, not toxicity, toxicological information though. Sodium chloride. Of course, they're going to talk about sucrose, sodium chloride, potassium chloride, and potassium phosphate. That's stuff you take every day. They're going to have normal stuff. That's fine. But this other stuff that is not there, they're not going to have any information. Just letting you know, they're not going to have any information. That is some scary shit. Just scary. For me, it's just scary. Look, bioaccumulative potential. No information. That's scary to me. That means it can accumulate into your system. Oh, my Jesus. So, look, guys, I'm just saying, this is just one of the SDSs. This is the Pfizer one. Now, let's go to the Johnson & Johnson. Hello, Mary. How you doing? Nice to see you. Let's go to the Johnson & Johnson one. So, this is the Johnson & Johnson one, guys. I got to do this. Sorry, I'm going to embed this into my stream soon with, like, the chat and stuff, but I haven't decided how yet, like, where I want it and stuff. So, I'm just putting it on top of me right there, up there. Okay. So, now that we went over one SDS, we're not going to go through all the other crap, but Johnson & Johnson has one as well, okay? Now, has ethanol in it, hazardous components. This SDS is actually a lot better, because it actually says a lot more. This is what an SDS should. The last one, oh boy. So this goes in. Okay, so substance name, drug product, company supplier. This is the Johnson. This is Janison. This is Johnson & Johnson. For recombinant, this is the vaccine. Okay, big words. Don't feel like saying them. So pretty much, they have the hazards: avoid direct contact, significant aerosol dust exposure, which has remote possibilities of allergic response. So they actually describe why no air exposure. A lot better. They're associated risk group 2. Agents are associated with human disease, is rarely serious, and for which preventative and therapeutic interventions are awfully available. So you have ethanols in it. Actual concentration is withheld as a trade secret. So they're using the trade secret, and again, they haven't. We're going to go down, and we're going to see if they I don't think they have actually, again, now they have a revision date, 211 version 3.5. Ethanol is less than 0.1 to 1%. They don't have, also, let me see. Look, they have a reference number here. Add 26 Cove S1. They have not also, and I'm just gonna go down. Okay, so This one, they have some risk factors. Special considerate for any particular microorganism is based on several factors: amount of infectious material present, dose, transmission, illness, susceptibility of the host, and available vaccines or drugs. So evacuate personnel safe. It's the same shit. Gets environmental precautions should not be released into the environment. Do not flush into surface water or sanitary sewer system. That's pretty significant, ladies and gentlemen. Apply for disinfection for surfaces of spills. Even tells you what to use. Virkon S, that's a trade. Virkon is a trade chemical. It's a common name of a chemical. NaOH or 1% Virkon S. So it actually tells you what to use to clean it up. That's kind of cool. Product is not flammable. The other one, they didn't have any information. Avoid splashes, avoid formation of aerosol. That is a very common factor with this, formation of aerosol. Obviously, you have, probably allergic or whatever. Do not store in heat or direct sunlight. Store in original container. Keep locked up. Keep frozen. Okay, so frozen stuff, for example, my Humira, when I get it, comes in a frozen pack. And it has to stay cold until I take it, or I used to take it. That kind of stuff, it means that it breaks down once a certain temperature hits it. Like, for example, when you take Humira and you put it in room temperature, you have 14 days to take it. So that means it breaks down pretty quickly, which means you have to really know the person who's giving you these shots, that they're doing the proper measures to keep these things kind of safe and keep these things, cool and all that kind of stuff. I mean, if you think you're going to get that kind of shit from a Walgreens and stuff, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Your doctor should be giving you this vaccine. I'm sorry. But why do you think a lot of doctors, they're not doing it? Because they don't have the information that they feel safe doing it. Think about it. That is what's going on. Now, so ethanol, that is the only thing shown here on this one. So you have a shot causing blood clots, and the only thing that's shown up here is ethanol, components with workplace control parameters. I've yet to see another frozen liquid cleared to opalescent. I'm just going down here. Do not overheat. Product, acute oral toxicity, parts, I guess it's type of a parts per million, but it's milligrams per kilogram. On a rat, oral toxicity, symptoms nausea, 7,000 kilograms. Acute and inhalation toxicity, a mouse, dermal toxicity. The fact that they have dermal toxicity on here, that's kind of crazy. So, again, it only says ethanol. Product, germ cell mutagenicity assessment. No data available, but unlikely to be mutagenic due to the nature of the product. Wow. So, no data. Carcinogenicity, if it's carcinogenic, no data available. Group 1, carcinogenic to humans ethanol. So, again, guys, you need to know what you're doing. Look at this. I mean, I'm not gonna really go into this. Okay, water, sodium chloride, histidine. That's it. That's all the stuff in there. But guys, again, this is crazy. So, I'm not saying that these people, guys, I'm not saying that these people need to tell you exactly what's in there, but they kind of do. It's getting to a point where you're injecting, they're talking about trade secrets and shit. Look, this thing has not been tested as long as it should be. Okay, now, here's the last one I want to go over. So, Moderna. So, the first thing I found on Moderna is from the IDSociety.org and key literature. All I can find is efficacy and safety of the mRNA. There's no SDS sheet on here. This is what I really don't like. Okay? They have all this stuff. People saying, yeah, it's good. It's great. I want to see SDS sheet. Make me an SDS sheet, motherfuckers. Make me an SDS sheet. Okay? Look at this. Dosing and administration, second dose. I mean, okay. But then I find this. So this is what they have. This is a fact sheet for recipients and caregivers. Emergency use authorization of the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine to prevent coronavirus disease 2019 in individuals 18 years and older. That's all you have. You don't have any other information than that. Ladies and gentlemen, that is scary shit. Look, and I'm not trying to scare you, anyone. I am not trying to be Mr. Doom and Gloom here. However, there has to be some transparency when it comes to putting something in your body. I'm sorry. All these other places, I can go on right now, and I can pull up. Watch, I'll pull up Humira SDS. Okay, I took this stuff. Okay. See, it has the chemical right here, guys. Look, just letting you know, I took in this stuff. But look, AbbVie. Look, list number, drug number. Look, trade name Humira. Look, it has the type of how you get it done. Look, it has let's see. Look, chemical. Look, it has the chemical name. You see this? Mannitol at Dumalab. Once you have a trade name, ladies and gentlemen, they can go ahead and nobody can take it. So I don't know why these vaccines don't have their trade names listed already. It should be. There's no reason why it can't. Look, you have a bunch of TNF. These are TNF inhibitors, tumor not factor whatever inhibitors. It deals with your immune system. But look, it has it in here. And look, the EU and the J, they can classify it. So guys, it can be done. This is proof right here. So why can't they do it? Ladies and gentlemen, I implore you to think about this. Yes, I refuse to get this shit. Yeah. Listen, again, look, self-reliance, not self-compliance. And look, I just wanted to show it on this podcast. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I felt the need to come on here and just give you a little education. Read your SDS sheets. Ask your doctor. Okay? My doctor was very honest with me. I mean, look, there's nothing. And you can't find on Moderna. That was really scary to me. You can't find anything on Moderna. But yet Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson, they did it. I applaud them. Okay? I applaud them. But guys, let me go back to my scene here. All right, let me do this here. Hold on, let me try to. No, I can't. Oh no, hold on. Oh wait, hold on. Let me switch back to something here. Hold on, let me switch back here so you can see some chat. Let's do some chat. We go back here. There's some chat there. Put that there. Okay, so let's go to the chat here, and let's do this. I'm gonna do this here. So, I refuse to mention that possible alteration of your DNA. That is correct, James. That is so correct. Hold on, guys. Just bear with me. I'm gonna do some alteration here. Boom. Wait, and I'm gonna move me over like this. There. How y'all like that? Oh yeah, look at that. How quick I am on that, and I'm just moving it along here. Let me do this. Let me move. Just give me a second, guys. I'm doing it quick for you because I want to do some questions. All right, there you go. All right, cool. So yeah, it can alter your DNA. That's absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I get scary. It's scary stuff, guys. I mean, if you don't know, and please, the problem is we have a lot of propaganda on both things, like on both sides, whether you're pro or against the vaccine. Okay, there has been propaganda on both sides. Let's be real with each other and let's not, beat around the bush. Okay, depending on what doctor you talk to, they're either going to be pro or against it. That's another thing. So you can't really. It sucks because there's no consensus. And you're not getting I feel you're not getting any real data about these vaccines. the problem with all this is the public. It's actually pit the public against each other. It's polarized. It's about vaccines now. Like, it's made it a hip thing to do. Like, oh, I got the vaccine, and people are going online and, like, bragging on it. That's fine. You can brag on it all you want. I don't care. Most people, they care because they don't want to be out in the crowd or whatever. They want to be in their group, and the group's going to put the security blanket on them and be like, okay, you're one of us, and look, I'm not that guy. I'm the guy that says, look, you want to get a vaccine, that is fine with me, but make sure it's not fucking with people before you put it out there. I'm telling you, there are a lot of people that they're probably hiding that died from the shit. But I'm telling you, the fact that Johnson & Johnson pulled this shit off the shelves and is doing blood clots, I'm telling you, that is some major shit that's going down the pipe that they're trying to hide. I want y'all to know that. And all you guys have taken that shot, you better start reading into if there's possible long-term effects that this can happen later on. I mean, I'm telling you, for them to say, fuck this, we're pulling it out, we're pulling this off, guys. There's something wrong with that. Guys, something wrong. There's something wrong with that picture, guys. Think about it, But with that, I wanted to come on tonight. For those of you who watch live, thank you. I always appreciate when I have people come in live. I always try to react live to my audience. And I try to keep these short because, people's attention spans. I mean, I know people want to listen to podcasts and they want to listen an hour, 2 hours, whatever. And I'll eventually get there. But I got to get my chops back on. Let's be honest. I mean, I've been out of it for a couple years. And, for those who have heard me before, I used to go, they want us to be tracked. So my co-host, who's not here, hopefully this weekend he'll be here for the first time this year, Mr. James Ford. They want us to be tracked. So, I look, I'm not going to comment on that because I don't know exactly what he's talking about when he says tracked. That can mean a lot of things. I don't like, I mean, I can, you still got it, friend. I still got it. Well, thank you, Mary. Still got it. About being tracked, look, there are a lot of conspiracy theories going on right now, ladies and gentlemen, they always have. Anytime you have something new, you have a conspiracy theory. I personally think that things are a lot simpler than what it seems. I think people overthink it and they sensationalize it to make it like this big mass conspiracy. Now, I think that there's some shit going on to control the population and control people? Absolutely. But I think I think it's a lot simpler. They're doing it on a simpler path that we're not. That's why they keep on controlling us, because they're doing it so simply. We're not catching it. We're trying to think of it as so complicated that we're missing the simplest way that they're controlling us. Guys, social media. They knew. Look, they knew it. These people, they know what they're doing with us. Let's do social media. Social experiment. They knew this was going to happen. I guarantee you. They're going to polarize the public and we'll get more control. They'll separate us. It's kind of funny. They do this after 9/11, after the whole country has been brought together. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. You see, you got to think a little differently to get around in this world. Guys, you got to think a little differently to get ahead of the game. So just put that in your brain for a little bit. Social media came out after, like in a big way, after 9/11 and was pushed. And you got to understand that these planes, whatever planes they have, the elite, whatever you want to call them, politicians. I believe it's more politicians, because politicians, oh my God, they're only out for themselves. They're not out for the public. There's not a single bill that's been published in Congress for the past 20, 30 years that has helped every single individual person in this country. That's what they're supposed to do. Sorry, politicians, you suck. You failed. You should be fired, all of you. But I digress. But guys, let me switch back to my main thing. I want to thank y'all again to tuning into the Coonass Podcast. We're going to have a podcast this weekend on Saturday. I'm trying to do at least 1 to 2 of these a week. I got to get back into it. And I think my next podcast, we're going to talk about okay, so Barry Sharp, I figured they can put a chip in the vaccine. We are the guinea pigs. They don't need okay, let me tell you why they don't need a microchip. You see this shit here? In case you can't see it all on. God damn, this program. You see this, guys? You see this? You see this? This thing, this contraption here? It's a phone. It's a cell phone. They don't need a chip. They following everything we doing and listening to everything we doing with these damn cell phones. Trust me, that's a podcast in itself. Trust me, they don't need a microchip. They've already done it. That's the thing. We keep on thinking in the past like they're gonna do it. No, they've already done it. They did it 20 years ago. Hey, let's give everybody one of these, make it popular, and we can track them anywhere. You ever heard of a fusion center? That's what they're for. But guys, always, music here. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. If you tune in late, watch this podcast. It's important, guys. Very important. And with that, guys, I will see you this weekend. Have a good week. What are you doing? Hey, go. Go away. It's time for bed. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's time to go to bed. What are you doing? I swear. Are you watching me? Are you following me? What are you doing? Stop following me. Stop tracking me. Stop doing it.